So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for lending your time to for this interview.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Um,
Thank you for asking me.
Anytime. So, because I know you might be a little bit busy at the moment, let's get to it.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like be rude or anything.
Oh, no, 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 not at all. Not at all.
All right. So, first question is describe your experience as an actor or voice actor.
Okay. Well, I'll start with voice actor. I've been doing voice acting for many years, like 10 years or more, and that was kind of unofficially for friends, for my job. I'd record voiceovers because they would tell me, you have a beautiful voice, blah, blah, blah. So for probably 5 to 10 years, I was doing it for free for my job, for all the kinds of different jobs where I would work. And so in 2023, I decided to attend VO Atlanta, and I met Law. And since then, I officially started my voiceover business, and it kind of took off from there. So my experience as a voice actor has been really, really fantastic. And as far as on camera, I did a few things for my job. They're a ministry, a worldwide ministry. So I did some announcements on camera, things like that. Did a few spots and all of that. And recently got an opportunity to participate in the biggest competition reality show of all time, which is called Beast Games. And it was uh, an experience that is just like none other. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Imagine 1,000. Well, we started off with 2,000 contestants initially, and then the 1,000 of us that made it to the Amazon show, we were flown to Toronto, and each of us had a platform and a mic and a GoPro, and so we could talk to the camera and all that stuff. So that was a pretty amazing experience as an on-camera actor. I made it through 2 episodes on the show, and then our team got canceled. Or not canceled, but our team got eliminated. But it was exciting. It was amazing. It was amazing. And so, look, I might be going back for season 2, so we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Alrighty. This isn't a part of the questions, but what got you started in the industry?
In the voiceover industry, or just in
I think
general?
in general.
Well, I'm a singer, a songwriter, and I've always loved the entertainment industry. I was formerly part of a record label a long time ago, back in 2008 to 2012. So I got to do some traveling and things like that. But I always had a love for behind the scenes and on set, on stage, just for that. I think if I had to go back instead of doing psychology like my parents wanted me to do, I probably would have gone into film. I did nothing with my psychology degree, but no, I'm kidding. But yeah, so I think I really what got me started was just I think it's progressive. I don't think it's just one event. It's always a series of little decisions that a person makes. So I think that's what happened with me. It's just one series of decisions after another that kind of led me to this point.
So kind of like a domino effect type thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good way to put it. Yeah, that's a really great way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what are your favorite things about the industry?
I think one of my favorite things is the camaraderie. I feel like even being on set with Beast Games with 2,000 contestants at first, there was a really amazing feeling of, even though we knew we were competing against each other, but it was just like this feeling of, and not just with Beast Game contestants, but just like with you, with other people that have a love for everything audio, video, there's just, I don't know, I feel like we're just kind of cut from a different cloth. We just kind of have a mindset, and maybe a certain level of craziness a little bit that we share. So I feel I feel like that's what I love the most is just like how everybody is just free and kind of slightly crazy. So that's what I love the most. Yeah.
Okay. This one's a little harder. Well,
Okay.
maybe not depending on certain people.
Yeah.
What are some things you wish you could change about the industry, and how would you change them?
Okay, so I know the exact answer for that one. Um, if I could take the way that the voiceover industry is
Hmm.
and superimpose it to how the acting industry is, that's what I would do. Because the general mindset that I've found in the voiceover industry is that, if it's for you, it's for you. Like, people are very friendly, they're very open, they help each other a lot in the voiceover industry, a lot more, I feel, than in the acting industry. Now don't get me wrong, I do think people are friendly there too, but I've heard it repeated so often, like, oh, when you go for an audition, don't be bummed if you don't get it, because you know your voice and what makes you unique, it'll be for that particular project, and so with the acting world, everything is so visual, that I feel that it might be a little bit more cutthroat in that sense. So yeah, if I could change that about the industry, I think I would try to make the world like the voiceover community.
So, in your words, you would try to make it more supportive
Yeah,
in
I
that
would I
sense.
would try to make it more supportive and less marketing oriented.
Mm,
Everything is, and again, don't get me wrong, I'm totally about, I agree 100%. You pay for your craft. You should be willing to invest in yourself. I just find that in the acting world, it's I don't know, there's just a little bit of a different vibe
hmm.
there. Mhm.
Especially since they're like two different like spectrums. Like, and with voiceover, no one sees your face or whatnot, whereas on camera,
Exactly,
it's a
exactly,
totally different thing.
exactly. And then if you add music, that's a whole other level of crazy. I say the word crazy a lot. Um, but but as far as music goes, that's very different. I think musicians that have a little bit of voiceover and a little bit of acting and all that are more better, well-rounded musicians. But I would do the same thing for the voiceover world and put it to the music world. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Um, what is one thing you're looking forward to for Showcase?
Ooh, I am so excited about, I feel like it's a coming out party. Not, and I don't mean to be like demeaning to the LGBTQ, but I'm coming out of my dark closet. Um, I have been such a good little girl, in certain respects, and I feel like this is going to showcase the dark side of me. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I'm not even nervous. Like, I can't wait to, I wish I could fly to LA to do the whole thing live and in person.
Mm,
But for right now, because, that's what I have to do now, for right now, I'm just excited to be part of the voiceover showcase part, if you will. But yeah,
okay.
yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about meeting the different casting directors and all that, but I'm just excited overall.
Okay, cool. So, speaking of Showcase, what are your goals for Showcase and your overall career?
Hmm. I want to get to the next level. It happened at the last showcase.
Mm.
I made some connections and it was really exciting. I actually, as a result of the last showcase, believe it or not, I ended up being on an audio drama, Twilight Meridian, and
Ooh.
I met Mr. Jack. I was going to say Jack de la Rosa. That's so funny. That is not his name, but, but it's Jack. And so anyway, so we communicated after the showcase, and then a friend of his was doing Twilight Meridian, and so he, sent it to me. I auditioned, I got a part in there. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting to the next level with this showcase in my career, making
If,
connections, meeting friends, meeting casting directors, et cetera, et cetera.
if you don't mind me asking, this isn't on the
Hmm.
list of questions,
Yeah.
but what would the next level look like for you?
The next level for me is, I actually have it written down. It's, instead of just having individual clients, I want companies. I want to be cast for companies, for TV shows, for films, and things like that. And I want to write for TV shows, like write music, do voiceovers, do voice acting for animation and things like that. So I feel like that's where I'm headed. And hopefully, I really believe that being part of this showcase kind of take me to that next level.
Okay, cool. Let's see. What is my brain? Hello. Uh, what is one thing you expect to take away from the showcase?
I am very excited about watching on-camera actors.
Oh,
And yeah, I will take away um, just seeing the experience, what they go through, and the feedback. So I'm going to use and take that feedback for myself. So I guess what I'm taking away is feedback for that next level because I do want to be an on-camera actor as well, outside
okay.
of being on a competition show with 2,000 people, so you barely get seen.
Um, have you been to like any of like the showcase auditions, like to see what the actors or voice actors are preparing for? Not auditions, but I'm at the rehearsals. Sorry.
Oh, yes, I have been to quite to a few of the rehearsals. I was at the rehearsal with Alexander recently. Well, let's just say it this way, any rehearsal that was had or that I was invited to, I showed up. So let's just put it that way. Yeah, so I got to see some really cool feedback from Alexander and also with Waleed. So yeah, that's been great so far.
Okay, cool. What are your plans for after showcase?
After Showcase, as taught by Mama Law, I will be doing some intense follow-ups. I have like a little blurb ready in my emails. I'm going to save everybody's email. I'll be doing a follow-up in a few days, which is like not right away, give them a chance to get home and breathe. But I will be doing lots of follow-ups. I have already my website ready. I updated some things. So yeah, it's going to be heavy follow-up after that.
And speaking of which, your website is dazzling, by the way. It is stunning when I went to
Thank
visit it.
you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Look, that means so much to me because I did it myself. Like I
Oh
couldn't
my
afford to.
God, really?
Yeah. No, listen, if you saw the way it looked the first time, it was a disaster. I mean, I just did the best that I could with what I had, So I had little
Mhm.
pictures here and there, whatever. It was crazy. I had like 5 tabs. And then I met with Law, and she was like, no, 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 fix this, fix that, And then I refined it, and then what I would do is I would replace, like all the old voiceover reels that I had that I did myself, commercial demos, commercial that I did myself. I replaced it with better ones, and as I would get more work, I would replace it with my work, and and my website is on housed by Squarespace. So I did a
Mm.
lot of like YouTube tutorials to figure out how to do this, how to do that, how to code this, how to code that. So that's the result. I thank you so much for saying that.
Anytime,
Yeah.
like I remember, like when I was looking you up for Fruition Friday, I'm like, let's see, where's her email? So I
Yeah.
went to your website and I'm like, oh my God, this looks so pro.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Yes, thank you.
Anytime.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Um, how do you plan to continue to grow your business and within the overall industry after the showcase?
Well, I've actually taken steps to do that already. Um, in networking, I have a young lady who she doesn't do voiceover, but she has a whole company. We met on Facebook, we FaceTimed, and then we Zoomed like you and I are doing.
Mhm.
And so we're gonna partner up. And she is like kind of gonna be sending work my way. I'm gonna be sending work her way. So basically, it's going to be being at a higher level of networking. Kind of
Mhm.
like I said, I really want to um, do voiceovers for companies rather than just, individuals. And it's starting to happen. So yeah, I just want to take that to another level and do some heavy networking and go that route, I guess. I don't know
Okay.
if does that answer your question?
I mean, you're growing your business and whatnot with networking. Um, With the overall industry, I think that would be a little bit harder to answer with that. Do you think anything else comes to mind?
To overall with industry, I'm sorry, can you ask me the question again? I'm so sorry. I probably went off on a tangent there.
No, you're good. It says, how do you plan to continue to grow your business and with the overall industry? So I think it would be like, how do you plan on growing within both the voice acting and the acting industry?
Yeah, right. Um, I think, of course, is stay relevant. I plan on continuing to take classes,
Hmm.
staying abreast of what's happening, what's going on, continuing to audition for different types of roles within the voiceover world and within the acting world. I do feel like having been part of Beast Games, I think that has kind of opened doors for me to be on other shows. So uh, we'll see. Hopefully, there are a few other shows that I'm slated for besides Beast Game season 2, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm planning on continuing to audition and continuing to hone the craft within the industry, just so I can continue to flow and grow, flow and grow.
Okay. Is there anything else that you're working on or would like to be able to show or not? I was gonna say showcase, like
Yeah.
as a pun, but like to like plug.
Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. So I feel like these come together, like on-screen acting, voiceover, and music. So Law definitely encouraged me to do so, and I will be doing that during the showcase. I'm going to sing. I have a kind of an EP that I'm working on, not kind of, it's an EP that I'm working on right now, with a few songs on it. And so since, I shared with you that my goal is to write music for video games, for TV shows, and for movies, that's how the EP is going to be geared towards. Like it's going to be really quirky, weird type music. So yeah, I definitely plan on showcasing my music. I want that to be a big part of it.
If you don't mind me asking, what kind of music do you make?
So it's a cross between the Pretty Reckless, Evanescence, um, and just some really. Oh, okay. So do you remember? Have you seen the TV show Arcane?
Parts of it, yeah, my partner loves the show.
Okay, so there's a song on there, Playground. So
Mm.
my music is gonna be kind of like that. It's gonna have that and with a little bit of twist of quirkiness. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's gonna be, well, I guess to answer your question a little bit better, it'll be alternative, it'll be rock, goth kind of mixed in.
Kind of mixed in with a little bit of like techno, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit of techno, a little bit of all of that, a little bit of that, just kind of smushed in like a German chocolate cake.
That sounds really good, not gonna
I
lie.
know. I know.
Alrighty. I didn't think we would answer the question so fast. Oh God.
Oh, well, good. That's cool. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there anything else that you would like to add or anything?
Um, I just want to say that I'm really, really happy to have been part of TIC, of the Model Club. I mean, to me, the Model Club talent agency is great, but because I feel a lot more a part of TIC. Um, I really feel like it's kind of kept my hope, especially through the pandemic. Well, after, because that kind of came after the pandemic, but it's just really kickstarted, if you will, my career. And I'm just really grateful to Law, to Carol, just everybody, Alexander, all the great teachers, um, I'm grateful to be a part of it.
Alrighty. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ryder. Thank you so much. I'm sure I'll see you around in classes and all that.
Yeah, and I'll also be around in showcase as well as staff as well.
Oh,
So I'll be
nice.
around.
Fantastic. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you also there.
Alrighty. Yay.
Okay.
It's nice talking with you. Thank
Nice
you so
talking to you
much.
too. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great evening.
You too.
Thank you. I will.
Bye.
Okay, bye.